Hey, good morning, Reptile Army. How are you guys doing today? We have a lot going on here at the zoo. I've told you before that we actually are now open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which means there's more hours, which means there's more people, which means there's more training, right? Not only training with the animals, but also with our keepers to make sure that we have people here when we're open to be able to do all the feeding experiences that we do. So today we have a little training session. So all our animal educators are going to be here in a minute, and we're going to work on feeding with everything, even from the smallest animal like a bearded dragon, giant monitors, lizards like my boy Elvis here. You guys can actually follow along not only on what we're going to be doing with the training, it might actually help you with some tricks for your stuff. If you want to train your animals maybe to ball train, it's kind of the protocol that we use here that we have to teach everyone. That way every single time something is getting fed, it's getting fed the exact same way. Because nothing can mess up training more than if someone does something completely different.
It's Jay! Hi, Jay!
We want to go over exactly how these animals are being trained, make sure everybody's doing exactly the same thing. That way the animals know what they're supposed to be doing.
Thank you guys for stepping up for me. You know, obviously the next several months are going to be a little bit difficult. Thank you so much for doing it when I'm not here. I want to make sure that you guys feel comfortable feeding the things when, you know, Mike isn't here, Rhea isn't here, Chris can't do something. I want the kids to stand about here, arm's length away. Most of the gators are going to come up here and be out. You can get the guys to come up here. Usually is what I like to do, is get them to come up here. Obviously you want to, when you talk to a kid, make sure that they understand to hold here, you know, not up here, and keep an eye on everything they do. Sometimes they'll try to go to the back one, and then the front one will try to bite them. Keep this hand ready. You just put them right in their mouth and they'll take it right out of your hand. Just like that. Now let's switch the other way.
You can feed any gator you want, just make sure you put it right into their mouth and they'll go ahead and take it from you.
Yep, and just remember that, you know, you're keeping an eye on everything I do, so that I don't get my hand over here. Or like I'm reaching over and then that gator jumps up and bites me.
How does cheese up in butterscotch's thing?
Yeah.
So I think we need to get that out first. Put it right in the trash can? Question
Where
is,
are we gonna put the snake?
oh, you want to take her out?
Every time we go in there with her, she strikes at us.
Yeah. So. Why does she always lock on me? I get it, I'm big. I'm not that big though.
Ooh. Good job, Noah.
This rock isn't cemented into the ground.
Why does she always do this, dude? She's too strong. She is so strong. The worst thing is, look, she's got more poop coming. Oh God, here she comes.
There you go.
Can't even get the back end of her out.
I really don't like the way she's moving.
I don't either. She can climb fast too, Mike, so be ready.
No, get the cottage cheese. Look how big Butterscotch has gotten over the last couple of years. Doubled in size since I've been here. Retics aren't all that thick like anacondas. Like, they might be the longest snake, but they're not the thickest snake. What?
That's science.
That's science. Oh! Yep, there it is. That's why you always be careful when Retic sits still, because she was thinking about what she was going to do. But now look at her. She's coiling up. If she wanted to, she could anchor her tail right there and strike all the way this way. Butterscotch, what's wrong, girlie? What? You almost done in there?
Yeah, open up the cage, do the whole shot. Again, be careful because he could come out.
A little bit more blind. Are we relying on the ball, or are we relying on...
We're just no ball on this one. So go ahead and open that glass all the way up. It's one of the things I like to do. I hate to have him. So he's going to come out, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead, give him one more. And then again, now we're going to let everyone else feed, you know, just like maybe one piece. So again, Hiccup's super easy. He's super reactive. This is an animal that we definitely don't want to let anyone touch. So always be aware of everyone around him. To feed him in the cage is probably best, because unfortunately putting him back is going to be a little bit difficult. And we'll show you how to do that. Again, you've got to be careful, because if you put your hand anywhere near him, he's going to bite you. Right? So what you want to do is basically get him from behind and put him back in like that. So always make sure he's going to turn his head towards you, like he's going to want to bite, right? So always just be really careful with that. That's the one animal that isn't like Elvis or some of the other animals that calm down immediately.
Part of this is what I said, consistency. Whatever Mike is saying to do, that's what we do. If he says say hiccup before you do it, say hiccup before you do it. Because we want the exact same thing by every single person every time. He's the one who's doing it during the week, so we want to mimic whatever he's doing so it's consistent for the animals.
Typically what I've just been doing is opening it, just saying Beetlejuice, and as soon as you tap it, he'll come right over. He takes it right off the tongue, and then I typically just stand here, take the tongs back, grab the next piece, whatever, hand it to him, and then I just step aside again. So that way he doesn't see the chicken in your hand, because the last thing we want is for Beetlejuice to jump on a kid's face. You know, and he's totally capable of that. Put your fingers back a little bit farther, right there, just like the alligators. And go ahead and just tap it. We'll say Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
And then typically if he's hungry, he comes right.
Beetlejuice.
And then he'll take that. And then I would have, you know, like I said, the next piece of chicken, just grab it, hand it right back to the kid. Say, go ahead and stick it right to his face, and he typically takes it. And then as soon as you put it in his face, he'll take it. We got about a 13-foot kind of mad snake right now. So she keeps S-ing up. I don't know if you guys see her body still moving, but trying to figure out how far she can strike, how far away we are. You gotta remember, she's got those heat fits. She sees the too big heat signature. She doesn't know what she's looking at, really. I just don't want you to hit no. Alright. I don't know, how far do you think that is? 6? It might not look that bad in the videos, but it's challenging. She's a big snake. Get her on S. Oh, she just misunderstood, guys. Like I said, she's getting ready to shed. She doesn't want to be messed with today. I don't blame her. She just wants to go home. Look at her going all the way back up there. She's so pretty, though. And then she's going to shed out, and we got to get her back out. That's what means she's going to poop. Look at that big old...
Get her in there.
Yeah.
Get her in there.
Ow, water.
I just bought these yesterday.
What?
My shoes, now they're dirty.
Terrence is blue ball. Elvis is the only one that we use red ball for. Crewmation or whatever's over, like Chris said, he is starting to jump for the ball. He does get excited for it. Grab the first piece. And then this one is a little bit trickier to open, so it's like, again, as long as you don't go up and over, it just pulls straight up. I always try to bring him out to the front, if not, set him on the ground first. Blue ball, you just kind of sit, Terrence. And then we're not banging the ball or anything. It's just noticing it. And then once he shows interest, just like he's doing, you say, go ahead and put the chicken right down into his mouth.
So important. I mean, now that we're open even more hours, we obviously have all animal educators here. It's so important to keep everyone safe. You know, we want to keep our educators safe. We want to keep our patrons safe. We want to keep the animals safe. And these type of training things are so important for our educators to really know what we're thinking when we do it. Again, consistency as well as being very perceptive of everything that's going on is what keeps everybody safe here. And that's our first and foremost priority, no doubt about it. So we're just going to keep on going through. We've got a few more animals that come out to feed all the time, and I think these guys are really getting the hang of it, and that way we can have more people feeding as opposed to just 1 or 2 people that feed everything. It'll just make it a much better environment.
Frosty, I mean, is basically the exact same thing as Toothless. He does get very excited for the blue ball. He's also, what we noticed too, is when we open this side, me and Connie, to clean his water, he doesn't get that excited. As soon as you touch this side, he does get more excited. I don't know why he's deciphered it that way. So typically we open this, and we're not playing the drums or anything, and he'll just come straight over for it. All the way over. Come on. Yep, he's right to his face. Perfect. And he'll take it.
Go ahead.
You guys can always talk to him. You can, you know, call him over, say, Frosty, come here, buddy. You know, that way it's more interactive for the kids too. Time to clean the anacondas again. Condor, you ready for the next big exciting thing?
What are we doing?
We're cleaning the anacondas.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right, cool, fun.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
They call me Barnard. Anyways, lots of poop. The water's brown. Job security.
There's some holes in this house. Who's gonna go in first?
No goes.
Oh, I guess I lost. So right now it's currently 10:44. We started draining, let's say 10:40. Let's see how long it takes us.
I want the perimeter like this, and again, you know, as the educator, you've got to be aware of everyone around, right? So about where Ashley is where I want. I'm going to just tell the kid or whoever's feeding to just hold on tight, and I always tell them, don't give him the food till I tell you to give him the food, okay? Especially, you know, when someone's coming, as he's running out, they're like, oh! You know, we don't want that. We want him to target the ball, and then at the end of the target, get rewarded. And we're going to use a red ball for him. And he's going to come out. I'm going to lead him out. And then I'm just going to put him up here. Now I'm going to say, go ahead and feed him. Okay, now at this point, you know, he's a live animal, right? So you want to make sure that you're keeping a really good eye on everything that he's doing, right? Like this. Now go ahead and feed him.
Don't let him see that ball until you're ready to.
Until you're ready to feed. Yeah.
Because that, as soon as he sees it, he's excited.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, then take the ball away. Here he goes. Now you can move him over wherever you want. And say, go ahead. No red ball, so he knows there's no food. The way you break him of that food mode is just go from the back here and just kind of pet him like this. Now he knows there's no more food. Still keep an eye, you know, he's still going to be looking around for food. Kids pet him and stuff like that. You see how he turned really quick? Just got to make sure that kids' hands aren't in the way.
It is scrubbed, clean, no urates, no poop. Now all we gotta do is fill it up and clean the outside. So it is 11:22. We started at 10:44, 10:40, whatever. 45 minutes with both of us to do a deep clean like that. And then if it's just one of us, I mean, it can take up another 20, 30 minutes because you don't have another person doing half the work. So as much as we love to do it, as much as we love the anacondas, I hate them. And here we go. Should take about 30, 35 minutes to fill up. We say, you know, depending on the... It's just
gonna take his tail and do it. Well,
He'll either wrap his tail or he'll start beating you with it.
and this is really good. Like actually, Elvis never acts like this. Like
That back foot will always hit your hip.
If you are pulling Elvis too close in you, he will grab onto your shirt and then climb over you. And that does not feel fun. Keep him away from your face.
And he's gonna feel more supported with Mike anyway. Mike's arms are bigger and everything like that. For anybody that is smaller, where he's gonna be like, oh, I'm falling. Literally, just keep him down low, go like this, say, excuse me, gonna put Elvis up, and then walk him right back in the cage.
Everyone is doing really great with the training here, but you gotta remember, we're all reptile people. We know these animals to some extent. It's kind of a different beast when there's a bunch of public that hasn't fed, especially when there's kids, you know, 5, 6-year-old kids that are feeding Elvis. It's a little bit intimidating, so they're gonna react a little bit different. So training like this, going through every scenario that could possibly happen is so important, but there's nothing that's gonna really change the experience they're gonna gain when they take this training and actually use it when we're open. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, there's a playlist that you can watch all kinds of videos. You can also hit that subscription button. It would mean a lot to me. Also, hit that like button while you're down there. Have a wonderful day, Reptile Army. Remember,
It's been 24 hours.